and welcome to ECCB Connects. This week we bring you highlights of the ceremony held to name the Phase 1 building at the ECCB headquarters in honor of former Governor, the late Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner.
We're gathered here today at this momentous and very historic event to honor the life and legacy of a great visionarian, Sir K. Dwight Venner, a man who has served this institution with distinction. I am very humbled to have been given the honor of chairing this ceremony and also to have been granted the privilege of serving this institution under his great leadership for 24 years of his 26-year tenure in office. This naming ceremony today would not have been possible without the approval of the ECCB Monetary Council, the highest decision-making body of the central bank. We'll now invite the chairman of the ECCB Monetary Council, the Honorable Gaston Brown, to give his opening remarks.
At its 84th meeting, the Monetary Council supported the establishment of a committee within the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank that would be tasked with identifying an appropriate manner to honor the legacy of the Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner. Of the recommendations, the Monetary Council deemed the naming of the building the most fitting. At its 85th meeting, the Monetary Council approved the renaming of the Phase 1 building to the Sir K. Dwight Venner Building. Council also approved that a naming and unveiling ceremony be held. And that is why we're here today. Sir Dwight, who was looking forward to the ceremony, handpicked prior to his death on December 22, 2016, the guests comprising all present at this ceremony. Sir Dwight was the champion in making the vision of the Eastern Caribbean headquarters building a reality. The groundbreaking ceremony for the new headquarters of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank took place on the 21st of November 1992 and was officially opened on the 29th of October 1994. Heads of governments, central bank governors, and top-level officials and representatives of regional and international institutions, as well as the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank staff, attended the opening ceremony. Also in attendance at the time was the late Dame Mary Eugenia Charles, former Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, who declared the building open. Now, Sir Dwight was a true integrationist, and certainly one of the region's foremost economists, one of the region's most impressive intellectuals. He was a regional public servant who dedicated his entire adult life to public service, and certainly a visionary, someone who presided over the stability of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Now, we all regret that he's not alive to receive this honor, but we could be comforted that the initiative to bestow this honor was taken while he was alive. So he had full knowledge of it to the extent that he was able to determine the participants in today's ceremony. Now, I wish to take this opportunity to thank Lady Venner and her family members for sharing him with the region. We understand the sacrifice that the family had to make in order to share that great Caribbean figure with the region, and we are very thankful. We recognize that his passing would have left a significant void and certainly significant pain, but we trust that the memories and certainly the enduring legacy that he would have left would help to assuage your pain. And finally, I state here, long live the memories of the late Sir K. Dwight Venner, long live his enduring legacy, and long live the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. I thank you.
The naming of the building in Sir Dwight's honor is indeed a fitting tribute to his sterling service, especially given the fact that the building is the first one to be erected under his governorship. The visionary nature of the man, shown from early in his tenure at the bank, when it was recognized that the bank had outgrown the space that was provided for its use to the point where the offices were located in several buildings across beautiful Bastia. The successful completion of the Phase 1 building, which was officially opened in October 1994, 5 years after his assuming the governorship, then brought all departments of the bank under a single roof and one compound. This undoubtedly would have improved the overall efficiency, productivity, and security of the bank. Sir Dwight's passing was a tremendous shock to all of us. In the days and weeks thereafter, we were reminded of what we all knew, but perhaps sometimes took for granted: that Sir Dwight was a scholar, that he was a regionalist, one who believed that integration was the way to go. He was an OECS man, too limited. He was a Caribbean man, and most importantly, a family man. Our region has lost one of its strongest advocates for regional integration and Caribbean unity, primarily among the Eastern Caribbean states. His role in the establishment of sister organizations of the bank, the Eastern Caribbean Home Mortgage Bank, the Eastern Caribbean Institute of Banking, and the Eastern Caribbean Securities Exchange, all of which are housed here on the bank's compound, will not be forgotten. Sir Dwight saw these institutions from their birth to their present status of being well-established and respected organizations that have helped to modernize the financial architecture of the currency union. Sir Dwight, the people's man, he had an infectious laugh and an ability to relate to persons from all walks of life. He was a diplomat when he needed to be. I can say that the people of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, as with the people from the rest of the currency union, are deeply saddened by the loss of Sir Dwight. He was indeed a great man, and one that we will always remember. On behalf of the people of the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis, and on my own behalf and that of my cabinet, I once again extend our sincerest condolences to the family of the late Sir Dwight and to the ECCB family. May his legacy live on, and in the naming of the building in his honor, we can be reminded of all that he stood for, his values and ambitions, as we go about our daily business in creating stronger economies at home and across the Eastern Caribbean.
Little by little, stage by stage, I never get weary. I never get weary. Sorrows and laughter, time of fear, good and bad, I've had my share. I never get weary. I never get weary.
Just like the breeze that's blowing high on the mountain top. I can't stay still, I gotta keep moving. Just can't afford to stop. Be hopeful, brave and strong. Can't let the system hold me down. But when my work is over, that is when I lay me down. But nothing more or nothing less. Take charge, I put my soul to rest.
I was fortunate to serve as Mr. Venner's secretary and personal assistant until my retirement. At the time of his appointment, the staff of the central bank was 94, with 4 departments. But the new governor came with a positive vision, and with it, the zeal to enhance the functions of the bank. Through his leadership skills over time, other departments were established and the staff population rose to over 200. Being Nivision, I cannot leave this out. The story of the bridge. One of Governor Venner's early desires was to see the construction of a bridge, a physical bridge, that is, between St. Kitts and Nevis. A bridge he felt would negate all talks of secession. Indeed, it also exemplified his passion for regionalism. Towards that goal, he commissioned a feasibility study and a blueprint patterned on a bridge in Nova Scotia, Canada. The concept was aborted when the federal government and the Nevis Island administration of the day failed to reach an agreement on the way forward. Somewhere in the bank's archives is a document on that very matter. My years serving in his office had been for me a great honor and a lasting learning experience. We are gathered here in ceremony to name this building in honor of the late Sir K. Dwight Vincent Anthony Venner, a fitting tribute to this servant whose faithfulness and dedication I witnessed in its planning, construction, and completion in 1994.
Indeed, the towering tree that is Sir Dwight looms large, providing inspiration for all those whose lives he touched and all those who traverse these fair isles and beyond. Today, we have assembled to honor Sir Dwight, our longest-serving governor, a record that will not be broken. Indeed, after his retirement, I conferred on him the title Governor Emeritus and continue to call him Gov. And of course, we both laughed about that. May his name emblazoned on our ECCB campus bear perpetual testimony to his colossal contribution, not just to the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, but to our Caribbean people and Caribbean civilization. Benjamin Franklin, US founding father, scientist, philosopher, politician, once said, "If you want to be remembered, write something worth reading or do something worth writing." Sir Dwight, our Caribbean icon, who we are remembering and honoring today, did both. And I'm very pleased that his family, Lady Venner et al., are here to witness this auspicious moment. I want to encourage you to take continual pride and joy in the life work of your husband, father, and brother. That's important because you have to remember the purpose for which he lived. Take joy. The buildings which we witness around us are impressive, but his greatest legacy is not the buildings we see, but you, his children, and the Caribbean sons and daughters, some of which are gathered today, who have witnessed his work over time. He continues to inspire a generation to believe that people from small states can dream big things and can accomplish great things. That we can craft arrangements that serve our development well and can stand the test of time. I am one such believer. And Zinga made the point that given the nationalistic waves and currents that we're witnessing in our world, it seems to me an opportune moment for us to recognize the imperative of regional integration, recognizing what it has brought us and how it can continue to serve us. What do Sir Alistair McIntyre, Sir Dwight's mentor, Sir Dwight Venner, and myself have in common? Can anyone guess? What do Sir Dwight, Sir Alistair, and myself have in common? Do I hear any witness? There you go, Zinga. There you go. That's right. The GBSS, the Grenada Boys Secondary School. Whenever Sir Dwight and I spoke of the GBSS, he would start smiling and his eyes would sparkle. That image is forever etched in my memory. And I want to tell you today that Sir Dwight is smiling on us, not just down on us, but he's inside of this building. And when you go in there, you will see his infectious smile, which we will see every day and remind us of the man he was. But I also want to make the point that this building is not just named at the front of the building, but very soon, in a matter of days, it will be at the back of the building so that all of the Federation can see and remember Sir K. Dwight Venner.
In my way, I still gotta find some time to pray. I never get weary, I never get weary. When temptation comes on strong, I gotta face it like a man. I never get weary, never.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner Building.
On behalf of my mom, Lady Linda Venner, all of my siblings, and myself, I would like to thank the Monetary Council of the ECCB for showing such great appreciation and recognition for our father's work through bestowing this honor of naming this building after him. While he is not physically here with us today, he is with us in spirit. Thankfully, he was also aware of this great acknowledgement before he transitioned to the next life. And he was very pleased and touched when he was updating us on this development. I can assure you that he is looking down at us at this very moment with a large smile. Our father's passion and mission in life has been to facilitate the integration of this region through the establishment of various policies and institutional arrangements, which enable us to tap into and unleash the great potential of our Caribbean people. He did not, however, do this alone. He had the support of past and present members of the Monetary Council and staff of the ECCB, many of whom are here today. He also had the support of many others within and outside of the region. A good leader is one who is able to empower and work through others. And my dad is certainly my inspiration. It has been very heartwarming to all of us in my family to experience so much outpouring of love, support, and well wishes from so many people from all over the region upon hearing of our father's passing. To us, this is a further manifestation of how much of a beautiful person he was and his ability to have a positive impact on the lives of so many people. He truly cared about people.
end another episode of ECCB Connects. Thank you very much for watching, and do join us again next week when we'll be back with another program.